So we know it's been a little bit since we've posted a video. We kind of had a weekend off a few weekends ago, and we just took advantage of it and stayed home and relaxed and spent time as a family. But we are back now, and we have a video for y'all. Mark had a fired up team roping jackpot in Kinder this past weekend, and he did pretty good. He didn't place, but it wasn't his fault. He roped the best that he's ever roped at a jackpot.
Yeah, overall it was a good successful weekend. Just kind of, healers had some bad luck. It happens, but I did my part basically, so I'm happy with that. I'm gonna kind of explain some of my runs as we go through everything, and kind of show y'all what I think, some of the mess ups were, some of the good stuff was, all that kind of stuff. You're gonna hear me talk about rotations. So when there's 200, 300 teams, a lot of times what they'll do, they'll take each 100 teams and do a rotation. So you'll have rotation 1 would be 0 through 100, rotation 2 would be 100 to 200, so on and so forth. This roping here, they had like 258 teams in the 7.5, so they did 125 teams per rotation. So we did rotation 1, you rope your first steer. If you caught in that rotation, then you would come back before the second rotation started and go on ahead and rope your second steer. So if you caught your second steer with that teammate, then as long as you was below the cutoff time, you'll go to the short go. And I had one guy in the 7.5 that our time was fast enough to go to the short go. So it was rotation 1.
You have 2 rounds in each rotation. You have a round 1 and a round 2. If you caught in round 1, you move to round 2. If you catch in round 2 and like he said, your time is good enough, then you go to the short go. And then they'll go to rotation 2. Round 1 in rotation 2, all those people that caught will go to round 2 in rotation 2. And then if they caught and their time's good, then they take everybody and they put them all in the short go at the end. It's kind of basically the gist. It's kind of confusing until you do it enough, and then you kind of get it. So that's how it went. And like he said, he had one guy that caught both in round 1 or rotation 1 and rotation 2, and they had a good enough time to make it to the short go. And y'all was what, 29th callback, I think?
Yeah.
29th callback for the short go.
Yeah, they take the top 30 teams out of all 258.
So y'all stick around and watch his runs.
So on my first steer, I thought he would leave harder than what he did, but you can see how I catch up to him quickly. The rope went up behind the left horn, and I had to track him down the pin before it would open up and allow me to get a full head catch. And then I get him turning, the healer comes in and just misses his shot. So on my second steer, when I get to the spot with him, I went to deliver and I didn't have enough tip action, so my tip didn't follow all the way through, and I caught half a head, which is still a legal catch. You can see my healer rides up to his spot. The steer kind of starts to get heavy, and luckily he lets his trap sit there long enough he's able to get a leg out of it. So this steer here, he runs like he was going somewhere, which I prefer, honestly. I rope a little better when I have to hustle. But I throw my loop and get it on him clean. Get my dally and get him slowed down. That way I can give the healer a good look. And as you can see, the healer rides up to his spot, throws his loop, and I don't think he let his trap sit long enough. He misses there. This run here is pretty much kind of like the last one. Steer run really good. Hustled up there. Got my rope on him. Got a dally. Got him slowed down. Give the healer a good look. Took him across the pen. Healer rode up, delivered his rope, and just missed. It happens. So this steer run a little bit harder than some of the others had been running. I got out pretty good on him, but a tick later than I'd been leaving. I reeled him in halfway down the pen and just chunked my rope instead of delivering my rope. So on my last run of the number 6 roping, steer don't leave as hard. I mowed the barrier down, leaving like he was gonna run, and got up to him and went to deliver and just never even covered the right horn. So my first steer in the 7.5 roping, how I didn't mow the barrier down, I do not know. But we got out clean on him, rode up to him, got the rope on him, got a dally, took him into the corner. Healer rode up and delivered his rope. Had a good trap through there, and it just went away. My second run, I drew another steer with his tail on fire. I got within range and delivered my rope, and again I got too far forward and just over delivered. This run is with the guy I normally rope with, and I told him going into it I was mowing the barrier down. So we got out, broke the barrier. I got the rope on him, took him into the corner, and this deer kind of wanted to pull funky, but we got him going across the pen, and he delivered and somehow lost a leg before he got his dally, but we got us a time. My next run was a pretty clean run. Got up to the steer, got him by the slick horns, got a dally, got him slowed down, got him going across the pen real good. Healer come in there, got his loop through, and kind of same thing, just come away with the leg on him. So this deer here, I didn't cover the right horn whenever I delivered, and it hung on the left horn. I thought maybe I could fish it back on, so I took him down the pen, but wasn't able to get it on there. So this one is our second steer from the first rotation, like the last run. Got out there, got it on the steer, took him into the corner, and my healer rode up to his spot and ended up ticking the horn of the steer with his rope. I looked back at him to see, make sure he didn't let go of his rope, and he didn't. He's telling me to go, so I turned and started pulling him again so he could get a shot, and thankfully he was able to pull off a leg. On this run here, I think I had a little bit too big of a loop whenever I delivered. Seemed like the tip of my rope kind of hit the ground, and I lost a little bit of tip action. I had the steer caught for the most part, but when I went to pull my slack, it waved it off the head, and no time. This next run, this is a little kid that's healing for me. I've actually roped for him before at another roping, so I told myself I wasn't missing this one. So I went out there and caught the whole head, got him slowed down, took him into the corner. Steer's kind of running the end of the rope, so I just kept slowing down, trying to get him to where he could catch up to him, and he got up there and delivered his rope and just missed. It happens. So this is my last run. This is the short go with the guy that ticked the horn of the steer. Went out there, threw my rope, and my rope hit the ground again. But I was able to get the steer by half a head, which is legal. Took him into the corner. Healer delivered his loop and just missed.
So as y'all seen, Mark roped great. I think he only missed 2 or 3 out of all, but his healers had their off day. That's gonna happen. That's why it's called team roping, because you have a header and a healer. Not everybody ropes perfect all the time, so it just is what it is. But he made it to the short go. That's the first time he's ever made it to the short go, so we're really pumped about that one. He done really well. We had a great time, so that's all that matters. So maybe next time, who knows? Probably coming home with a buckle and a saddle. I mean,
Yep, and a little background into it too. We've been team roping for probably a little over a year now. I used to do a bunch of day working back when I was going through college and everything. So I had, you know, experience riding and roping and everything else. But as far as team roping, going to competitions and whatnot, I haven't been doing that but just over a year. So in a short amount of time, I feel like we're making progress, and we're just gonna keep grinding until we get there. So, but all in all, and the cool thing about going to these ropings too, we was able to meet some people. We met a subscriber.
We did. We did not catch your name.
Yeah, I wanted to give him a shout out. I didn't get his name. I was too busy trying to pay attention to everything else that was going on and whatnot. So, excuse my disrespect for not getting your name, but
thanks for saying hey.
Thanks for watching and letting us know that you watch and everything. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But yeah, we'll keep bringing it to y'all as it comes along, and we got some stuff coming up this weekend. We'll get back at it and bring y'all along as we can.
Yeah, so thank y'all for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll see y'all next time.